What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word, hummingbird? Well, the word is your girl Veaya from 90 Day Fiance before the 90 Days, season 7, I believe. I'm the one who was dating Sunny from South Africa. Well, it has been confirmed that she is definitely married to someone other than Sunny. So yesterday I did my video, my review of 90 Day Fiance, the part 4 and the final finale, or the season finale for 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And someone of my comments had mentioned, had I heard that Veya had gotten married to her dog sitter. Now, her dog sitter was someone that we had seen on the show before she left for South Africa. She had left her dog with someone who she portrayed as a friend. And he also came up again during the tell all because we found out that when Veya left South Africa and returned back to Florida, she had broken up with Sunny temporarily. She claimed it was because her and Sunny were still trying to process the fact that his father was not cool with them being engaged. So they're still trying to process that, which to me was like, that didn't make any sense. Y'all knew that he wasn't cool with it. Y'all still decided to stay engaged. Y'all even were plotting on lying to the man. So, like, that didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, so she comes back to Florida. Her and Sunny break up temporarily. And during their breakup, she goes out on a date. She made it seem like it was just one date with the guy that babysat her dogs. So Sonny had said that he was really upset when he saw that she had posted pictures. He knew that she had gone out with someone during their so-called breakup. He knew that she had gone out with another man on a date. He didn't know who it was. But then when she posted the pictures of her and the dog sitter, he was upset because he was aware of this guy. He knew of this guy, and Veya had told him that this was just a friend. So he didn't understand that this is just your friend. Why are y'all going out on dates? So there's some like romantic connection between y'all. If y'all are going out on dates to Disney World. So, but once again, Veya made it seem like, it was just during the tell all. She made it seem like it was no big deal. It was during our breakup. And then I went back to Sunny because Sunny is who I love and who I want to be with. And they made it seem like everything was copacetic between them, except for the fact that she wasn't willing to convert to Islam. That was like their only area of major contention, but everything else seemed fine with them. So, at the end of the tell-all, Sunny had said, I want to be with Veya, I want to be married to her, I want to have children with her, etc. And then there was these rumblings going around that she had gotten married to her dog sitter. And I didn't want to talk about it like immediately, even though I just found out yesterday. I didn't want to talk about it like immediately until there was some confirmation, right? So I got a notification on my phone, and it says here, there's an article from Life and Style where it says 90 Day Fiance's Veya Netherton confirms she married dog sitter before the 90 days tell all. So they did the tell all, I'm assuming they recorded the tell all, and at some point after that she got married. So it says here the 90 Day Fiance before the 90 Days star Veya Netherton is a married woman. The season 7 star confirmed she split from her overseas love interest, Sunny Mahdi, and revealed she married someone else who had made an on-screen cameo. Veya, 28, seemingly confirmed she married her dog sitter who babysat her dog during her trip to South Africa to originally meet Sunny by sharing a report from 90 Day Fiance blogger Alexa Pomegranate revealing her wedding on Monday, February the 3rd. Turns out that Veya married her dog sitter, but wait, he's not just a dog sitter. He's also part-time in the military and a policeman. The text on the post read, before alluding to the pair making a future appearance on the TLC franchise. Stay tuned to see him on TV. He's been an amazing partner helping Veya through her hardest struggles with her health. The 90 Day Fiancé personality shared the post via her own Instagram profile, captioning the announcement, "Grateful." Shortly after Veya's announcement, fans flooded the comment section, shocked by the news of her marriage. Many were stunned since she and Sunny, 26, still appear to be together when part 4 of the 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Tell-All aired on Sunday, February the 2nd. Is this real? One person wrote, and another chimed in. Where are the photos? Wedding photos, relationship photos, anything? Veya was first introduced. Okay, so I'm confused about the timeline. I'm confused about the time. Like, when was the tell all recorded? And I can't be too mad at Veya because she probably did break up with Sunny at some point, or Sonny broke up with her. At some point, they broke up, right? So it was probably completely legit. I just want to know timelines. Okay, I need someone to break down the timelines of when the actual season recorded, when the tell-all was recorded, and when she got married to her dog sitter. That is what I want to know. It says here, it goes on to say, I guess this is quoting Veaya. That is what like upset Sunny was who the guy was. It was the guy who babysitted my dog Zara when I was in South Africa. We were 100% okay. So she's talking about when she went out on her date with her dog sitter and why Sunny was upset about it. So it's cool, it's cool, but when did this all occur? And what was like was girl, like you need to get fill in the holes, fill in the blanks for us. Were there feelings between you and your dog sitter when you were going to South Africa? Um, did you just develop feelings for him? Like when did I just need timelines. That's all I can say. I just need timelines. I am mad at her because like I said, maybe when she it doesn't seem like enough time went by between them recording their whole entire relationship or filming their whole entire relationship on the show and her getting married. It seems like there wasn't a lot of time. Okay, that's what it seems like. Because a tell all, I'm assuming it had to have been recorded somewhere, I want to say maybe the end of 2024, the middle to end of 2024, when they recorded the tell all, possibly. And now we're in 2025, barely into February, and we found out that she is married. And she said that this dog sitter guy helped her through her health issues. And on the tell all, she did talk about the reason why she wasn't at the tell all in New York was because she was going through some type of health situation. I'm just like shocked. I'm just shocked. It kind of, to me, it really does feel like her and Sunny just got together and made an agreement to get on the show and act like a couple to get on the show so that whatever she can get paid or get whatever this whatever it is, chasing clout, chasing money, I don't know, that they had made an agreement to come on the show, portray themselves as a couple, but in reality they weren't a real couple. That's how it's reading to me. That's how it seems like to me, that they were not a real couple. It's giving Lauren and Faith vibes, for real, like 100% Lauren and Faith vibes. Okay, let's move on to other topics. I also wanted to talk about real quick about Beyonce and the Grammys and this Cowboy Carter winning Best Country Album and Best Album of the Year, and her beating out Chris Stapleton, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, etc. The way it seems like to me, because the people are in an uproar that Cowboy Carter won, Cowboy Carter beat out other artists who a lot of people believe were more deserving of the Grammy. And okay, understandable. There's a couple of Billie Eilish songs that I thought were really good. I listened to a couple of the Chris Stapleton songs, which I thought were really good. And I'm not going to talk about Taylor Swift. So it's understandable. But the way that I see it, I don't know if you have to be like a person of color to understand. People of color have been snubbed, ignored, disenfranchised, pushed to the side, pushed to the back for so long when, we were deserving of certain accolades. Um, Things have been stolen from us, uh, like when it comes to music and ideas and inventions and all kinds. It's a lot, right? So when an out when you have like a Cowboy Carter album, which seems to be very, I don't know, it seems more pop sounding than I guess other what you would consider more authentic country music. Some people might argue that Cowboy Carter was authentically country. Beyonce, born and raised in Texas. A lot of people saying that country music was created by Black people, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not here to argue that. I'm just here to say that the reason why I don't have a problem with Cowboy Carter winning the Grammys that it won um, and beating out other artists who were just as good and some might say better is because this is just how it is. Like I said, she had more Grammy deserving albums in the past than Cowboy Carter, I think. But she was constantly overlooked. And there comes a time, I think, when these organizations that give out awards, the Academy Awards, the Grammy Award, all of these award organizations, there comes a time when they don't want to have this stigma attached to them that they don't recognize properly when people of color are in the running. And so I feel like maybe they just felt like they had to give her this award because she was more deserving of it in the past and they overlooked her. So does Cowboy Carter itself deserve, and I understand that this it's all about the music that was in the category for this year or last year. She won for Cowboy Carter. People think it's not deserving of a Grammy. But maybe the Grammy Association people who are in charge of who wins, maybe they feel like, okay, this might not be better than a Chris Stapleton or a Billie Eilish, but you know, we have done wrong. We have overlooked her. She's a very accomplished, successful entertainer, singer, songwriter, whatever you want to call it. She has put in the time, she has put in the work, and we have constantly overlooked her. So let's go ahead and give her this. And this is and it's sad. It's not, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just trying to justify why they would have given it to her instead of to somebody else who people feel like was more deserving. I'm just trying to justify. I'm just trying to I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just trying to find a reason why. And it could be because maybe they felt some kind of way for overlooking her in the past. Because this really reminds me of Denzel Washington when he won Best Actor, the Academy Award for Best Actor for Training Day, when he really should have won, I believe, for Malcolm X. And I think he got it for Training Day because of the fact that, they probably were like, you know what, we can't continue to ignore this man and his talent. We just can't continue to ignore it. That's what I think. And I think that so many times in the past, Beyonce should have won, but she didn't. And Billie Eilish, I think, has won Emmys before. I mean, not Emmys. She's won Grammys before. I think she has. And she's probably going to win more in the future. And I understand, but there's so much politics. There's so much politics in these things that I don't think that us, average people should get so worked up about it because it's just so much politics. We don't know the rhyme or the reason of the decisions that they make and why they give it to some and not to others when we feel like, some works were more deserving than others at certain periods of time. It's just so much politics. It doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. I don't even watch award shows because of the politics of it. There's so much politics behind it. It doesn't make any sense because you don't know who's paying off who. You don't know who's doing who a favor behind the scenes. You just don't know. And I don't think we should all get worked up about it. I don't think because there's so many times when Beyonce should have won and she didn't, and we all felt some kind of way. But I think for a lot of minorities, for Black people specifically in America, we are always constantly overlooked. That when she was overlooked for more deserving work, it was just kind of like, oh well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. It's just how it is. Because we're so used to being overlooked. We're so used to being ignored. We put in the blood, sweat, and tears into everything that we do, and we're constantly being overworked for something that might be less than. And so at the end of the day, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, and it is what it is. And we just can't, people are so worked up about it. And I'm just kind of like, what were you going to get out of it if Billie Eilish won or if Chris Stapleton won for Best Country Album of the Year or if that other one won for Best? What were you going to? People are acting like they we're losing money over this or something. I don't know. Maybe they're betting on it. I don't know. But I'm just like, look, there's so much politics. The average person doesn't know the ins and outs. We shouldn't take it that seriously. But then again, black people are used to being overlooked. So maybe other people are not used to being overlooked, and that's why they're taking it so hard. When I say other people, I'm talking about, like, fans, the fans of Billie Eilish, the fans of Taylor Swift, the fans of whoever else. They're used to their people, their person constantly being recognized. That to them, it's like when they're shunned or when they don't win, they take it really, really hard. But with black people, like I said, we're used to it. We're used to it. I felt like she really should have won for B Day. I think she should have won for Lemonade. Um, really, Lemonade was good, but yeah, but she didn't. And I mean, I was just like, oh well, she got overlooked again, and we know why. We know what it is, and it is what it is. Okay, fine. Moving on to real quick. I want to touch on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and Reynolds. I'm not going to go too deep into it because there's enough people out there who have done, some serious deep dives into this thing. The only thing that I can say with this is you know what? You look, whenever you see a couple and you wonder, and it seems like, wow, how could Ryan Reynolds be with someone who's as conniving as a Blake Lively? Because Ryan Reynolds, from what I knew of him, he seemed very likable. Like a very down to earth, your average guy, kind of guy, approachable, likable, funny. I saw no issues with Ryan Reynolds. But then when this whole Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively thing came out over the movie, It Ends With Us, um, and then you're like, people are talking about how Blake Lively was trying to overtake this project that was Justin Baldoni's project, when she was trying to, infiltrate and take over and use all kinds of weird tactics to try to get the production company on her side, accusing Justin Baldoni of doing, unspeakable acts against her so that she can get some kind of leverage, so that Sony or whoever was the production company that was behind this movie would allow her to make the major decisions for this movie. And it's like, wow, this woman seems really, really conniving. And it's like, how could someone like Ryan Reynolds end up with her? But then at the end of the day, you realize that they're very much alike. And it's like when you see people who you feel like really don't go together, and you're like, wow, he's such a sweet guy, or she's such a sweet girl. Why do they end up with someone who's like on the verge of being evil? And it's like, oh, they're cut from the same cloth in actuality. One just hid their villainous ways a lot better than the other, because all this stuff now is coming out about Ryan Reynolds and how he would try to overtake projects and steal projects from other people, allegedly. How he was kind of doing similar things that Blake Lively is being accused of doing against Justin Baldoni. And it's just like, oh, so that's the real Ryan Reynolds. Anyway, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, do y'all remember a show that used to come on Nickelodeon? And I think it was called 17. That was the first time that I ever saw Ryan Reynolds. He was, at that time, this was like in the early 90s. Okay, he must have been about, I want to say maybe 14, 15 years old at the time, somewhere around there. It was like a teen soap opera. It was called 17, and it used to come on Nickelodeon. And I remember watching this show religiously. But then when I bring it up to people who are like around my age group, who would have been watching Nickelodeon at that time, nobody knows what I'm talking about. There was a show called 17, and Ryan Reynolds was on it. I think he portrayed, he was the younger brother of another kind of well-known actress. I forgot her name. He was a younger brother. I think he was a younger brother. I can't remember who he was an brother of. I'm sorry, I take that back. I can't remember who it was. But he was on a show called 17. And he was like about 14, 15 years old. And then whenever I bring this up to people, they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I just want to know if anybody else had ever watched or heard of that show. But that's all I needed to say. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to make a video. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.